Okay, let me make a bold statement. You're already using 100% of your brain. Whoa! Okay, congratulations! No, before you drop a comment calling me out, just hear me out. I know what you're thinking. There's that whole 10% myth going around. The idea that we only use 10% of our brain power and the rest is untapped potential waiting to explode into greatness. But here's the thing, that's just a myth. You're not some kind of psychic super soldier. But here's the plot twist. Even though the 10% brain idea is false, the idea behind it that we're capable of more is actually kinda true. So let's unpack this. You know those old school cartoon light bulbs? Yeah, me. They have those lines on them showing how much power they're using. Well, imagine your brain has those lines too. Except instead of filling up one little section, your brain is basically a solid red the entire time. In other words, you're pretty much always using 100% of your brain. Congratulations! But here's where things get interesting. So now you know you're already using 100% of your brain. Congratulations! You're not broken. You're not limited. You're just human. But here's the plot twist. Even though the 10% brain myth is false, the idea behind it that we're capable of more is actually kind of true. Let's talk about that. Okay, so even though your brain is working hard or hardly working, depending on what you're doing, there's definitely room for improvement. Your brain might be firing on all cylinders, but your habits, beliefs, and mindset might be keeping you stuck in first gear. Maybe you could learn faster, think deeper, stay calmer, make better decisions, react slower to dumb TikTok drama. But to do that, you don't need a magic pill. You need to build mental muscles, focus, discipline, sleep, curiosity. That's the real brain hack. So, yeah, we're using 100% of our brains, but quality matters. It is less about unlocking more brain and more about unlocking better use of the one you've got. The other 90% isn't dormant. It's working on stuff like regulating hormones, managing emotions, tracking movement, storing that one embarrassing memory from 8th grade you wish would disappear. Like your brain is this massive complex network with different parts, constantly talking to each other and working on multiple tasks at once. But hey, just for fun, let's pretend the myth is true. What if we only use 10% of our brain? This is gonna get weird. So scenario no. 1, you're hanging out. Someone asks your name, and you stare blankly for a few seconds before it pops into your head. You know that exact experience you've had countless times. Except now, imagine it's happening every 3 minutes with everything. You see a snack. Do you want it? Ha! Can't decide. Oh, wait. I forgot what it was called. Oh, yeah. You need to go somewhere. But what's the word again? Wait, where am I going? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. Do you want to call Jake? I mean, you know the guy. Oh, my gosh. What's his face again? You know, the guy I just saw. He looks familiar. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you forget stuff. Everyone does. It happens all the time. But what if it happened literally all the time? Remember that show Memento with Guy Pearce? That's what it would feel like. Scenario no. 2, you're making breakfast and you reach for the bowl. Oops, wrong. It's not cereal time yet. Wait, did I brush my teeth today? You grab your toothbrush. Wrong. It's the cordless vac. Where's the milk? Did I pay the electric bill? Oh, there's a package. Was I supposed to buy that? Why is the toaster brown on the inside? Oh, that's right. We're having waffles wrong. We're having eggs. Wait, was I dreaming? Were the waffles in the dream? Are the eggs the dream? You can't tell anymore. This is the brain equivalent of multitasking gone wrong. You literally get one task at a time. And scenario, no. 3, imagine if you could only take 1 step at a time. Not 2 steps. 1 step at a time. You could walk but you'd have to stop after every single step to mentally calculate the next one. Talking would take forever because you can only form one word at a time. You can breathe, but it takes a lot of concentration. Multiply that by thousands of calculations every second, and that's a glimpse of what your brain would be like if it were only running at 10% speed. Let me explain. The reason why the 10% myth persists is simple. Our brains are ridiculously complex. The sheer number of connections between neurons is almost impossible to wrap your mind around. It's also true that only a tiny fraction of those neurons are active at any given moment. If you're sitting quietly concentrating on your breathing, only about 10% of your neurons are firing. But that doesn't mean the other 90% are taking a vacation in the Bahamas. They're working, just not obviously. Neurons not directly involved in something you're consciously aware of are still chugging away in the background, which is great because it means you don't need to consciously think about blinking, growing hair, or being awesome. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, well, if 90% of my neurons are working all the time, then why do I feel so tired all the time? Well, that's a fair point, but the answer is simple. Your brain uses a lot of energy, like a lot of energy. Even if you're sitting still, it's using about 20% of your body's energy supply. Running at full capacity burns calories, which is why your brain needs fuel. And if you don't give it that fuel, well, you'll feel pretty darn tired. The real science of your brain isn't really a matter of unlocking untapped potential. It's about understanding how your brain works, how to support it, and how to work with it, not against it. Here are a few quick points to ponder. First, your brain loves good input. We're constantly bombarded with bad input, low-quality media, toxic people, doom scrolling. It's no wonder so many of us are exhausted all the time. Second, sleep is critical. Sleep helps your brain process everything it's learned during the day. Plus, it helps clear out toxins. And third, stress is okay in small doses. Stress is your brain's way of responding to threats. A little bit of stress can help you perform better. Too much stress for too long makes your brain work inefficiently. What's the takeaway here? Stop trying to unlock unused brain. You don't need brain hacks, magic pills, or mystical power. You already have everything you need. You're already operating at 100% capacity. The key is to stop wasting brain power on useless stuff and start treating your brain like the miraculous, awe-inspiring, powerful machine it already is. Seriously, it's the most complex object in the known universe. Give it the respect it deserves. And on that note, I want to send a big shout out to a friend who helped me make this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. It tells the platform to spread the video to more people. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.